Hey guys, ISCat here, and on this video I'm going to be showing you my Marquee Matchup investments for this week. So if you did not know, this is actually the international weekend, so all of these games are international matches, and I'm going to be showing you all of the possibilities for the Marquee Matchups, and then I'm going to be telling you the investments I'm going to choose. You don't have to follow the ones I choose, but you can pick from this list that I have on the screen in a minute. So the Marquee Matchups for this week, the games could be Colombia, Chile, USA, Mexico, France, Sweden, England, Scotland, Brazil, Argentina, Colombia, Chile, Uruguay, and Japan, Saudi Arabia. So those are all the games. There will be a list in the description down below if you want it as well. But those are all the games there could be. So out of these games, number one, the one I reckon will be there, it just kind of has to be, will be England, Scotland. First of all, EA, like FIFA, most of the players are English anyway. And it's just like it's a really big match. So you want to be looking at English players, but I don't really think investing in these will make you that much profit, to be honest. Because the English players, there are so many on FIFA that the prices, they won't really go up too much. You might make 100 coins on a card or something, but I don't really see the English players making much profit. You could pick up a couple English players, maybe make like an English team or something like that. Say you want to pick up like a cheap goalkeeper, like the cheapest gold goalkeeper, which will just be like 400 coins discard anyway. That could be alright. Like say you look 400 coins, you pick up some of these keepers. They've risen up a bit already. Like we've got Steele, and then there are other players like Foster in goal. He's quite cheap as well, 450 coins. He's gone up 50 coins, like McCarthy, 450. You could look at some English players, goalkeepers, strikers, and maybe left backs and right backs. That is the position where you can make the most profit because there are the least players in those positions, but it is a risk because if they throw free at the back, those investments wouldn't be worthless. So English players, it's the safe option, but I don't really think the players will rise too much. The next thing, England-Scotland match, Scottish players, these are the ones where you could be making some good profit. So if we look already, Scottish goalkeepers, there are none under 500 coins. They're going for 550 already, McGregor and Marshall. It's kind of sort of, they've started to rise already, which is a bit annoying. But the Scottish goalkeepers, maybe look at strikers, right? Like strikers, centre-backs, goalkeepers are always the safe option because they're going to be in every formation. They're going for about 550 coins. They've risen a little bit, but then the place where the big profit is, but the bigger risk, is right-backs and left-backs. You can see here, gold Scottish right-backs. Are there even any on the game? I don't think there are. Well, there are none cheap on the game. They're like bronzes and silvers going for like discard. You could take a risk and look at the right backs, left backs, but then there's the chance that they throw free at the back and you wouldn't make profit. So that's the first game, England, Scotland. That's probably the most likely one from my point of view. This is not guaranteed, guys. Don't blame me if these games aren't in here. This is just my opinions and like some predictions. So the next game is USA, Mexico. I reckon this one should happen as well. It's quite a big game as well. So the players you want to look at are the American players, the USA players, and the Mexican players. We'll have a look at the Mexican players now. You can see goalkeepers, they're quite cheap already. Going for like 400, 450 coins. I'm not really too sure about these players, how much they will rise. It's always really hard to tell how much the players will rise. But there's one investment here where the big profit will be, but it will be quite a big risk. So the Mexican players, you can pick up a couple Mexican goalkeepers, right mids, left mids, strikers, things like that. I just think the right mids and the right backs, left backs, those positions are the riskiest, but they're where you make the most profit because less people buy the right mids, the left mids. There are less of those cards, and then they easily get price fixed or the prices go up more. So you make more profit, but there's a larger risk. And also it'd be the USA players, but I don't really need to show you guys. It's the same sort of method. Next is the safe option as well. Argentina players. So since there are two Argentina matches, we have Argentina, Brazil and Argentina, Colombia. This is another safe option because there's two chances Argentina players could be used in this marquee matchup. The only problem with the Argentina players is there's so many on the game that I don't know if they'll actually rise too much. A good option would be these left backs because like Rojo and stuff, they're going for about 600 coins. If you could maybe snipe them for about 400 coins, that would be a really good investment. Or maybe you snipe like a right back. You see here 450 coins. I'm actually going to pick him up just to see, just like a little bet. To if he goes up, that would be some decent profit there. But usually, even if you're late on these marquee matchups, you can just pick them up sniping later on. those are the sort of safe options. So the other players you can look at are the Colombia players, because they're in 2 marquee matchups as well. There's Colombia-Chile and Colombia-Argentina. That's basically sort of the same option with the Argentina players, like to make profit. You can see if we look at Colombia left backs, they're actually quite expensive because they're all rare cards. So that could be a really good one. But remember, these left backs and right backs are the risky positions. The safe positions you want to look at are goalkeepers, centre backs, strikers. Those are the 3. You can see here, Colombian goalkeeper is the cheapest is Ospina. His price has already risen quite a bit. But when it's rare players, they don't really rise too much, just because there's so many of their card on the market. So I'd probably stay away from the rare players just a bit, because you don't really make that much profit from my personal experience. But maybe you can look at Argentina strikers Colombia, that's what I was on about. Colombia strikers, you can see they're quite cheap already. But kind of like Argentina, there's quite a lot of players on the market. So it might be quite hard for the prices to rise up. But this is the one, it's probably the riskiest, but you can make the most profit. Japan, Saudi Arabia. So first of all, Japan, Saudi Arabia. Not too many players on FIFA. So that is where you can make big profit. So if we look at Japan here, we'll go Japan gold strikers. And if we look, there are a couple on the market. Muto is the cheapest striker, and there is 2 pages of him on the market. I'm actually going to pick up a couple myself. This is probably one of the riskiest ones, because there's only one chance for these Japan and Saudi Arabia players to be in the marquee matchups. But if they actually come out in the marquee matchups, you will make so much profit, because there's so little players. They'll all get price fixed, and it's basically like the Greek ones last week. You saw my investments on the Greek cards. I picked up a load, and it was really unlucky that we didn't get the Greek marquee matchup. But this is the big risk one again. Don't blame me if you invest this and it doesn't come. Just make sure if you buy players, buy them for their minimum. Buy them for 400 coins. Don't pay any more than 400, or you're basically giving yourself an even bigger risk. We go goalkeepers here. Are there any Japanese goalkeepers is the question. And yeah, there are no Japanese goalkeepers, so that's a first. If we just go on to any, you can see there's some bronzes for 200 coins. There might be a couple silvers. But Japanese players, that's a big profit one. And the other one, Saudi Arabia players. So with this marquee matchup, I think there will be some bronze players or maybe silver. Because I don't think there's actually enough players for have a full gold marquee matchup. You can see here, there's no gold Saudi Arabia players on goalkeepers. And then say we look at strikers, there aren't actually any either, which is just like a bit ridiculous. So I guess it's probably going to be a silver one or a bronze marquee matchup. It'll probably be silver, around 74 rated. You can see here, these silver Saudi Arabia players, they're going for 350 coins. So that's fine, 350 coins. Minimum is quick sell them at 300, no risk there. But Japanese Saudi Arabia players, that is where the profit will be at. Just because the players, there aren't many on the market. They're going to get price fixed if this comes out. And you could be making heaps and heaps of profit if this is actually a marquee matchup that comes out. So, my investments, safe options, England, USA, Mexico, Scotland, Argentina, Colombia players. Risky, but the best reward would be the Japanese Saudi Arabia match. I'm not too sure if that many other people have covered this one. It's a possibility. It's a sort of big game in that sort of area in the world, and if it happens, you can make a load of profit. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to drop a like if you did enjoy. Comment down below if you have any other suggestions for the marquee matchup. It'll be interesting to read through what you think. I'll see you on my next video.